Hello, everybody. This is Time with Gramps, Eaglevp, and tonight's special guest I've got on is Uber Goober Lady. Now, I've only been subscribed to her channel for a few, well, about a month, I think. Uber, I know, is it all right if I call you Uber? Or
absolutely, absolutely. I wouldn't have it any other way.
So we've got one viewer in at the moment. So it says on here, 4 viewers. So Uber, could you tell us a bit about yourself, please?
Well, actually, I am, and if you hear the dogs in the background, I apologize. They're my sidekicks. Actually, I live in Washington State.
Yeah.
And hi, everybody. And I am just started my channel here a couple months ago, actually. But for some reason, I'm starting to climb pretty good. And I do a lot of parodies. I do a lot of paranormal shows. I do, every day I try to do a show where I showcase other people trying to come up in YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what made you start that showcase channel of yours? Because, you know, I mean, you've had some wonderful people on your showcases, and I think that's a brilliant idea. Instead of doing shout outs, to have the people whose channels they are, I think that's a better way of doing shout outs myself.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Well, the reason why I wanted to start doing it is because it's not easy out there for people that are starting out in YouTube to feel comfortable and get to the point where they can, what do I want to say, where they can start showing off their talents. And if you don't know about them, you can't go see them.
Yeah, I agree on that very much. So how long have you been going then, Uber? Because when I've looked at your videos, I can only go back 3 months.
That's it. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
And you've got 1,331 subscribers when I've just looked a couple of minutes ago. That's a fantastic growth rate.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm pretty proud of myself. You know, I suffer from PTSD, cancer survivor of 5 years, and I have anxiety and social anxiety and suffer from severe panic attacks.
Yeah.
And so this was my outlet, my social life, because I don't leave my home hardly at all. And so this is my social outlet.
Yeah, and by the looks of it, you've made a lot of friends, because I mean, I watched you when you interviewed at Showcase Random Live Productions channel. And,
right.
I mean, you had 153 viewers on that, and I came on one of your paranormal evenings that you have on a Friday evening, I think it is.
Friday evenings.
And when I went on, there was about 190 in the chat, and I thought to myself, I was trying to follow the people who were in the chat to subscribe to them, and I couldn't. As soon as I hit the button, I missed the channel.
Yeah, it's I try to give a little bit of everything instead of, you know, there's so much drama on these YouTube channels. I mean, everywhere you look, there's drama. And speaking of that, hang on just a minute. I'm going to like your, I'm going to click and like your thing right here. That way it'll post to my Twitter and everybody. And I already advertised that I was on your channel today on Twitter, but this will give them a little bit of an update too. But anyway, I'm sorry. But so I try to give it a little bit of variety.
Yeah, because I mean, I never do any advertising, me, whoever I've got on. And I've interviewed Granny Monster, Pet Monster. You're my 43rd person on YouTube that I have.
Wow.
And I've been doing it about a year or just over a year now. And
well, I've watched a few of them. You're pretty sweet.
I've met some interesting people, you know. And Gail really is my PR secretary, because she's the one who always lines. She goes, "You've got to interview this person. You've got to interview this channel," and everything like that. And so that's why I do it, you know. And I mean, I love meeting people. you're from Washington State, I believe, aren't you?
Yes.
That's
yes.
That's on the West Coast, isn't it?
Yes.
Seattle area, somewhere around there. Am I right?
I live close to Seattle. Yep. Yep.
Oh.
I live very close to Seattle.
Because
just a ferry boat ride away.
Yeah, I've been to Seattle, so
beautiful
part of the US. You know, because for 25 years, myself and the wife used to come over twice a year, and all I used to do was get a flight, pick a car up, and just drive. So I've driven from New York down to the Keys.
Oh, wow.
I've driven from Los Angeles or San Francisco down into Tijuana in Mexico. I've done Calgary in Canada to Montana, but I've never done a cross.
That would be a long trip.
Yeah. But see, we used to come for 2 or 3 weeks, and you know, I mean, the last trip I did to the States, we flew into Atlanta and drove to Texas, El Paso in Texas.
Wonderful.
Houston. We went to Houston. Where the river is, the Riverwalk. God, my memory's not there.
Did you see Nassau at all while you were down there?
Yeah. You know, so I looked at quite a few of your videos today, and your mother used to be in Texas, and you live with your mother, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I did.
Texas did she live then over?
She lived in a little town called Edom, Texas. Yeah. It was between Dallas and a town called Tyler.
Yeah.
And she had gotten sick. And so I moved down there and moved in with her. She couldn't be by herself anymore, and I swore I would never put her in a home. So I got a job at a bank and moved in with her and took care of her, and we came down with cancer at the same time. And so we both went to treatments together, and yeah, she passed away about, it'll come up 3 years now. Yeah. And my sister lives up here in Washington, and she said, well, just come on up. Don't have any family up there. So I quit my job at the bank and moved up here.
Yeah, because, you know, looking at your videos, you have had a very interesting career. Because, I mean, you mentioned that for quite a few years, you was a professional drummer. Touring with some great, well-known artists. So could you name a few of those artists? Or?
Well, if you can see behind me, I don't know how well you can see, but you can see my very first drum right here that I started playing with. And then there's some promotion pictures. And I had played, we did a French show for Willie Nelson.
Yeah.
I've played with Patsy Montana, which I don't know if you remember her. She was the Rowe Brothers.
Yeah.
And I played with them. Patsy Montana's the gal that sang I Want to Be a Cowboy Sweetheart. Michael Johnson. And yeah, the list goes on. The list goes on.
And how long is it now since you last played the drums? Because I know you mentioned with Gail that you played the drums, and she tried to get you playing on here. And I know you haven't got the drum set handy, so I know that. But on one of your forthcoming videos, and I'm going to ask you, could we hear you playing the drums sometime?
Well, you can hear me playing my desk is what'll have to happen, because I don't have my drums anymore. And that drum, in order to keep it the way it is, I had to loosen the head on it so you can see it kind of wrinkly.
Yeah.
And let me move up the camera a little bit. You can see my wall there. And so I can't play that drum, but I'll play my desk one of these days.
Oh, well, that'll be, or a couple of cans or something else that'll make a drum set.
There you go. Yeah, I haven't played since I retired when I turned 50. Yeah. I did a little CD, my last CD, and I kind of hung up my drums, you know, to take care of my mom. And then I came down with breast cancer.
Yeah.
So I had to have all of that removed, and it's hard because of the muscles.
Yeah.
In order for me to play or move.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because I did watch that video where you went to a nudist camp with one of your co-workers, and the time that you didn't have a shirt on or a blouse, should I say?
Yeah.
And I thought
Yeah.
that was fascinating. So, pity you didn't have any pictures or video of that. I would have.
Oh gosh, no. I
think
should have.
I think my guest would have liked that as well if we could have shared that.
Yeah, I guess that I did a documentary kind of a video about my breast cancer. And so there you can see I don't have any shirt on, but yeah, the nudist camp was something that was I never thought in a million years that I'd do it, but I did it.
Yeah,
I did it. No breasts at all.
Yeah. So what was the experience like then, being in a nudist camp?
Actually, it was pretty comfortable because the little gal that I went with was one of my coworkers.
Yeah.
And they lived in the nudist camp. So she kind of forewarned everybody, about how nervous I would be and about my breast cancer.
Yeah.
So they were very welcoming. Once I got in the pool, I was fine. I was fine. Nobody could really see me.
Yeah, yeah. But it's nice for a certain people not to notice things like that, because I've never been to a nudist camp, but I used to know a couple of nudists, and it's, as I said, nobody takes any notice. Whereas if you get undressed in public, in a swimming bath getting changed, people notice you. It's just one of those things in life, isn't it, really?
Exactly. And they're so carefree, they don't really care. They're so used to walking around with no clothes on. Yeah. They don't care what you look like, So yeah, it was a good experience for me.
Yeah. And also you've been in management, so you said.
Yeah, I managed an Exxon gas station, and actually it had about 16 pumps, and then a restaurant and a car wash too. And I had 13 people underneath me. So yeah, I did that for quite a while, and I loved the work. I loved it.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you finished up in banking, I believe, as well.
I did. I retired. Well, actually, my health took a toll, so I had to retire with a bank up here in Washington.
And you've seen one of the comments. Baz says, "Don't ask Keith to take his kit off." No, I'm not going to do that, Baz.
Too chilly for that, Jeanette says.
Yeah, everybody would run away if I took my top off. Definitely. I'm an old man. I'm 68. Please.
Oh, you don't look like you're 68. See, I'll be 62.
Yeah. I'm 68 on the 14th of next month. Valentine's.
Oh, well, good for you. Good for you. On Valentine's, huh?
Yeah. I'm with Monica McKillicuddy. She's her birthday's on the 14th, and Crimson Fantasy is also on the 14th.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I share a date with some good YouTubers.
You were love babies.
Yeah. and I think Gail's 52 this year, I think.
Yeah, I love her. She is such a sweet lady.
Yeah, she is. But I've had the pleasure of meeting her personally. Plus, she always has a go at the wallpaper. I can't help it if the wife likes this wallpaper. I'd have liked a nice forest scene on the background. All right, you do that if I put the green screen up.
Happy wife, happy life.
Yeah, you've got to keep the wife happy. Yeah,
that's right.
Definitely. And she's the gaffer. I always believe behind every good man is a fantastic woman. And
absolutely. See, you're a smart man.
Yeah. And the wife's always right, never wrong. I'm the one who always apologizes, because it makes for a lot better, a lot more productive and happier life, doesn't it? I learned my lesson years and years ago.
Hi, Donna.
Yeah. Hi, Donna, and everybody, and that's why everybody calls me Gramps on here. That's where I got the title off Richard Parmesano from New Orleans. He started calling me Grandpa, so I call him grandson now. And Jeanette Pickering, she's my stepdaughter. Well, my adopted daughter, should I say?
Oh, how sweet. Well, yeah. you seem like you have some wonderful people in here, and I've heard so much nice stuff about you too.
Oh, thank you very much.
And I've watched some of your drones, which I would love to someday just sit down and talk to you about those drones. Yeah, I think they're interesting.
Well, you are quite welcome at Pixie's channel tomorrow at 8 p.m. UK time. he does a drone chat, and because I'm usually always on it on the panel, we're looking for other people to come on the panel. So if you'd like to join in, you are quite welcome. It'll be midday your time tomorrow. So if you've got nothing on, Chris would love it, you know, and you can learn about the drone community then.
Yeah, I would really be interested in doing that. I try to do shows every day at noon. Yeah. I had to take a day off yesterday because I was just too exhausted. But hey, Jeanette, I would love to showcase your channel. As a matter of fact, while you're in here, let me go to your channel and sub to you, doll. Oh, I am already. I'm already subbed. Well, that's a good thing. And yeah, get a hold of me, DM me on Twitter at Uber Goober Lady, and I would be more than happy to showcase your channel. Absolutely. Absolutely. And we've got all kinds of people that come in that I showcase, all kinds.
I know. Yeah, I've watched them all today. You know, I mean, fantastic. As I said, fantastic people. So there's only one thing, criticism I would say about when you do a showcase.
Okay, go. I'm listening.
Could you put their channel their channel?
In the description.
Yeah, because there's about 4 ladies who you've showcased that I want to subscribe to them, and when I put in the channel name, it comes up with that many, and I don't know which one it is. So, so if you could put a description in with their channel link,
I can do that.
To go subscribe to them.
That's very constructive criticism. Absolutely, good idea. I can do that.
Yeah, because that's the only thing, you know. Because I mean, you had one on the other night, and very interesting lady, and I thought to myself, I didn't even know her name because I missed the beginning of the live stream.
Oh, what was it about?
Oh, she had blonde hair.
Was it a paranormal night?
Yeah, it was a paranormal night.
Oh,
yeah.
She doesn't have a channel yet.
Oh, no. So that's fine. Yeah.
She is my co-host on Paranormal Nights.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yes, her name is Elisa.
Yeah, and I thought to myself, where's the channel? Because I couldn't find it, you know.
I will definitely do that. I will definitely do that. Yep, absolutely.
Because who I met up with the other Monday, Tony, Quadcopter Video Footage Studios. He's into the paranormal. He goes around the country with his camera filming. He's got all the gear and everything like that. So he would be an interesting channel to showcase. Well,
sure. Yeah, I would love to do that.
Yeah,
for him. Yeah, absolutely. I'm just enthralled with that kind of stuff. Even though I'm the first one to squeal and run like a little girl if something is to scare me. But for some reason, I just, it's very interesting to me. So, yeah.
Yeah. So, whereabouts did you grow up then, Uber?
I grew up in Montana, actually.
Oh.
Born and raised.
Anywhere near Great Falls?
Nope. A town called Billings.
Because that was the only thing when I went to Montana was the time driving between towns. It was endless. I mean, I remember driving to Great Falls. I forget from where, but it took about 5 hours, and I only saw 3 cars.
Oh yeah. That's a terrible. You hit the very desolate area.
Yeah. And when we got to Great Falls, we went in this store, and this person says, "Where are you from?" Because of our accents. Told them, and they says, "That's the one thing we like about the UK. You can 15-minute drive and you're in the next town or the next shopping centre. Here," he says, "it's a day out for us when we come into Great Falls because they lived about 4 hours away. So it's a 4-hour journey, an hour or 2 shopping, and then a 4-hour drive back." And I went,
know, it's terrible.
"Isn't there any other small towns?" He says, "No, Montana is like that." And I went,
"Yeah,
no,
I think that's why I liked Texas.
Yeah,
because you could drive 10 minutes and be in a different town."
Yeah. That's what I found, you know. But I love driving over in the States because until you hit a city, it's lovely, you know. I mean, I remember driving down the Keys, and I didn't see hardly any traffic at all.
Yeah, exactly.
The big cities like Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and all on the coast like that, and then you get into the 6 or 8 lanes, you know, like Los Angeles, it's 8 lanes. It goes from 2 lanes into 8 lanes, and you think, oh, I've missed my turn off, and you've got to go all the way to the next turn off and come back.
Exactly.
That's driving, isn't it?
Yeah.
That link does not work.
Hi, Captain. Hi, everybody. Thank you for the subs.
Pixie says, can you write something in the thing, did he say? So they can sub to your channel, my viewers. Oh, I see Barraboy Woods is in, and Mark Plays.
Hi, Barraboys.
He's another one who I want to interview, Barraboy Woods, because I think he'd be fascinating.
I've been watching a few of his little of his videos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
And Barry's in, Vlog from the Bog. He's just come in. So what was your childhood like? Because I've watched quite a few of your videos that you've done about growing up as a child, about being bullied. So what age did that start? If you don't mind me asking.
No, I don't mind at all. It started actually when I got into like junior high. You know how kids are. Yeah. They're pretty mean and cruel. And they would follow me home from school and push me and holler at me and want to fight me and that kind of thing, you know. But and then actually when I got into high school, it was the nuns that were the bullies. You know, I grew up in the era where you got your knuckles wrapped with a ruler. Yeah. You know, and actually I got kicked out of my Catholic school for hitting a nun back, slapping a nun. Yeah. She slapped me first and I slapped her back. So yeah. But yeah, I had a pretty good childhood actually. There was a few mishaps here and there, a few things that had happened in my childhood. But I'm happy for the way it was. I'm a better person for it nowadays, you know. So I'm just yeah, it was great. I had a good camping, hiking, fishing. It was wonderful.
Yeah, I see. Oreo Kid said he's 36, so and they still get bullied, you know. But there's a lot of that even in the workplace, you know. I mean, I was bullied as a kid as well, you know. I mean, two of the older ones, but you know, I look at things now. If that's what they want to do, you can't change them. It's like violent people. No matter what you do, you'll never change.
Never change them. No.
It's like people's opinions. You know, I never get into arguments. I've learned through experience just to walk away.
Exactly.
I mean, it's like I think it was Friday night or Saturday night. 2 neighbours, they lived next door together. Must be for quite some time, and they must have had an argument, and one of the neighbours killed the other one and then took his own life. You know, to me, to get into a state like that, why not walk away? You know,
oh my word,
because when you lose your temper, you never know what is possible. You know, it's like in these relationships. That's why I've never argued with my wife. You know, I just walk away. You know, sometimes I can get heated up and I think, no, it's not worth it. Just go out, get in the car, go for a drive and calm down.
Exactly. Yeah. You know, I got in a little bit of a confrontation the other day and I had to sleep on it before I said anything. Yeah. You know, and that's what I try to tell a lot of these people, I call them kids because I consider them my kids on the internet, you know, sleep on it. Yeah. Before you go getting all angry, you know, sleep on it, think about it, and then come back the next day and make your decisions.
Yeah, which is that's the advice I would give to everybody.
Yes, exactly. But that all comes with age too. You know that. Yeah. You know, wisdom comes with age.
It does, yeah, because I look back when I was a teenager and I was a woman, you know, I mean, I used to put fireworks through people's letterbox. I had a job, I was a bus conductor and I got the sack because on a Friday you were only allowed 8 standing, and I had 8 standing, so there was 1 seat upstairs, and I says one upstairs only, and this young lady got on the bus. She went upstairs and came down, and I says, you can't come down, love. I've got 8 standing by law. So she argued, took me numbers, so I gave my mate 3 bells to do an emergency stop, and I threw her off the bus, and I got the sack for that. But that was it, you know. But in those days, I got the sack in the morning. I got another job by 12 o'clock in a paper mill, and the union got me my job back if I wanted it, but I didn't, you know. But in those days,
right.
you could leave one job and walk straight into another job, because if I ever went for an interview, because I was that confident, as soon as I went for the interview, I used to say, well, when can I start? That's the end of the interview. Cheerio. You find out about me if you give me the job. And
exactly.
no end of jobs like that.
It's not nowadays. It's not like that.
No. But there are jobs out there if you're willing to put yourself about.
Right.
I, you know, and then when I was 36, 37, I started my own fish round business. Did a fish round business, sweet round business, nappies. I sold broken biscuits, and then I went into the video business doing weddings and things like that. You know, so
good for you.
So really, I've only been a part-time worker since I was in my 30s.
Wow, good for you.
But it's only get up and go. It's thinking, do I want to be a 9-to-5er, or do I want to work for myself and do things for myself? You know,
right.
I mean, I just wish I'd had the technology that we've got now, because if we'd have had the technology when I was younger, what I would have done, you know, I mean, the weddings, the commercial work, even on here, I look on YouTube and I think, oh, I'd love to collaborate with a few people and make a 90-minute film.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah, you know, say meet up for 2 or 3 weeks or a month, and actually somebody write a script, get a few actors, and make a film or even a documentary. Because when you look at the wonderful creators that we've got on YouTube, even in our small communities, we've got enough people with enough experience to do things like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Nowadays the technology is just amazing what you can do with it.
Yeah. I mean, it's like doing the interviews. I would love to do them in a studio setting. You know, when Hangouts improves a bit, then I think we will have that opportunity like they have on OBS. I mean, I've tried OBS, but it's still very hard when you try and do an interview on OBS.
I'm learning on OBS, yeah.
But the tools on OBS to create a virtual studio and do like that, and then to have one guest in, and then another guest, and then another guest.
Right.
I would love that. Like your talk shows in the States and like our talk shows here in the UK.
Right.
You have 2 or 3 guests on each show and make it a nice show that people will sit down and watch.
Yeah, that's a good idea, actually. Really, it is a real good idea.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like your paranormal nights. You know, to have a panel just talking about the paranormal, to me, it is fantastic. You know, it's like Chris's drone chats. If we could get a decent panel in, and not the same panel every week, because you want different people's views on whatever subject you're talking about. That's why I must say I like Mel and Grim Reaper when they do their live streams together, because they have some very, very interesting discussions about different aspects of life.
Right, and you can feed off of each other, and it makes it a lot easier when you have a co-host. You know,
because that's why your showcases, the way you work your showcases, it's fantastic, because you are showing other people, and the other channels are getting to see that person behind that channel, and there's nothing better than meeting and talking to that person behind that channel.
Yes, exactly, and you know, not it pushes them out of their comfort zone too to come up and talk and be showcased.
Yeah.
And so in actuality, it kind of works out to be a good thing because it kind of, as a creator, it pushes them to be a little bit better. So I'm real happy with showcasing people and helping people get to where they want their channels to be. You know, I've heard anybody get from anywhere from 50 to 100 subs off of those showcases.
Yeah. Because I mean, Gail, I think she told me she got 77.
Yeah.
Just that one show, you know, which is remarkable, you know, to get that many subs in one night. That's why, you know, you've only been going 3 months, and to get that. So what is the secret?
Well, just be me. I mean, that's all I am, is just be me. I'm very honest.
Yeah.
I'm very forthright, and I just kind of say it the way it is. I don't try to sugarcoat anything. And I think a lot of people can, nowadays with so much bullying and lying going on and deception, I think a lot of people can relate to that.
Yeah. And especially your stories,
yes,
the videos you put up, people really get to know you as an individual person. And because of what you've said in your videos and your live streams, a lot of people are going through those, you know, situations in life.
Yeah, I get, on a daily basis, I get anywhere between 10 to 15 private DMs on Twitter, and probably up to 5 to 6 emails a day. And I try to answer each and every one of them, although there's days I don't, and it might be a week or two before I get back to them, but they can relate. I had a lady message me the other day. Now, you know, I've got oxygen.
Yeah.
I have, well, they don't stage it anymore, but I have what they call severe COPD, which is right below the end of life stage.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, I had a lady email me the other day that said, thank you so much for, you know, wearing that oxygen and being able to show people that you're not afraid. I'm on oxygen.
Yeah.
And she said, you know, I'm embarrassed about it. So if I can bring somebody out of their, you know, out of their comfort zone, as far as being able to wear your oxygen hose and not be ashamed of that, that's part of life when you get to that point. I feel good about that. It's my truth.
Yeah. And you know, you are living with that condition. I've got a few friends who have got COPD, so I know how bad it is, but they're not at your stage because they both smoke and they both have the cough and everything like that, but yet they both still carry on smoking. So
now mine is due to years of playing music in the bars when smoking was allowed. You know, I used to do art welding, so a lot of that soot and everything I can remember after getting done grinding and plasma cutting. I didn't wear a respirator, so I could blow out the black stuff for hours. And then I smoked at that time, and then also the radiation from the cancer, where they had to shoot radiation right through me. And yeah, absolutely, I've got it. It's something I've got. I'm not proud of it, but it's something that's happened in my life that I've got to deal with.
Yeah. So going through the cancer treatment in the USA, is it expensive?
Oh my God, yes. Thank God I had real good insurance. Through the bank. But yes, it's like one PET scan was like $9,000.
Yeah. So if you hadn't had insurance on Uber, what would have happened?
You know, I'm not quite sure if I would have been able to get on Medicaid at that time or not, to be honest with you. I'm not quite sure, to be honest with you. That's something I might have to look into.
Yeah, so because I look at how much insurance is in the States, because I follow Matt's Big Dreams channel, and he mentioned once when I interviewed him that he doesn't have insurance. He's got the insurance for the children, but not for him and his wife.
Oh boy.
He's only in his 30s, but I often wondered if he suffered with anything and you haven't got insurance and you can't pay, does that mean you would lose your life because they wouldn't treat you?
Well, there's some places that won't take you. Some
Yeah.
hospitals and doctors will not take you unless you have insurance or you pay cash.
Yeah. So I'm pleased that I live in the UK then, because our national, I know it's in a state, but at least we get free treatment.
Yes, that's what Jay was saying.
It might not be there and then, it might take months, but at least we do get, on 90% of the cases, the free treatment.
Right. Yeah.
I've often wondered about places like the States, that if you haven't got insurance, if you never had a job, you want to leave down and out, which happens, because I mean, when I went to San Diego and Santa Barbara and places like that, and walking along the beach, you saw the homeless. When I went to Vegas, I've been to Vegas 8 times, under the carriageway, you know, the motorway, in these tunnels, the number of people sleeping. Yeah, a lot of them are ex-military, because they've come out of the military, they can't get work, because they've got, you know, if they've been to these war places, they suffer with post-traumatic stress.
Right.
Look at, you know, some of the people who I spoke to in Vegas were really nice people, but they said because they've got problems, they didn't have the insurance, and even with being in the military, they found it hard to get treatment.
Yeah, I know it's a big problem over here in the United States. I know we have what they call Obamacare, so people are forced to buy their insurance, and if you don't buy your insurance, then you're fined for it when you file your taxes.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's a real touchy situation over here. You know, I'm real grateful I've got insurance. You know, I just finished my 5 years of treatment. Let me see, in December.
Yeah.
I was just so I'm, you know, I can slide back on that a little bit now, but I'm still got the residuals of the chemotherapy, you know, the neuropathy, the arthritis, the degenerative discs, you know, my COPD. So I've got a lot. I am on state health care. Country Farmer says AHCCCS Arizona. Wow. Did he take it away, Anna?
Yeah.
Okay, so I stand corrected on that. Yeah. But so you know, I'm real grateful.
Yeah.
Okay, Mama Bear, thank you. I stand corrected on that. That's because I have my insurance, so I don't have to worry about that. So
yeah. So, but I can see the UK going that way eventually, because unless they pump more money into the UK national health, you know, well, we've got a 2-tier system now, really, where people do pay for the insurance for the healthcare, and we've got those who haven't. And I look to the future, and I think for my grandchildren who are like 2, 3, 5, I don't know what the future holds for people like that, you know, because it's not going to be the work and the way the governments are hitting the public purse.
Right.
I don't think there'll be any money for anything.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a real touchy situation. Matter of fact, I was just watching a documentary on some of the healthcare in the state of England here not too long ago. And it's pretty interesting. Yeah. What the differences are in the States and over there.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, there's a vast difference, really, you know, and that's why, you know, I am grateful that we do live in, or I live in the UK, because at least I know that I can pick the phone up and an ambulance will be here and I've got nothing to pay at the end of it.
Yeah, yeah, so, exactly.
So when you was younger then, Uber, did you get the opportunity to travel abroad anywhere?
Nope, I sure didn't. And I wish I could. That's England, Scotland, and Ireland have always been one of the things I've always wanted to do. and I never had the opportunity because I was always working.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So what are your goals now for your YouTube channel?
My goals are to help people.
Target for the end of 2018?
To help people and help their channels grow, bring some awareness. I don't like drama in my channels. Yeah. Although this last week I've had a couple shows that were drama. Yeah. I needed to stand my ground. But I don't like drama in my channels. So we just try to help everybody we can, bring awareness to people. So what did he say? He said something about vlog. But did you get any superpower after the radiation, Uber Goober?
That's a good one, Barry, that one.
Yes, I did. Just look at me.
And you look that well. You really do look well.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I try. I've got a caregiver now that comes over once a week and helps me do things. Yeah. And this is, like I said, this is my social. This is my social. So I try to do the best I can with what I've got to work with, Yeah.
So what equipment do you use? What computer have you got? A laptop or a desktop?
Right now I have a computer that was specially made for me. Yeah. Here a couple of years ago. I paid good money for it. Yeah. And I have my cell phone and that's it.
Yeah. Because coming all the way from Washington State, your picture hasn't broke up once. So you must have a good broadband provider then.
I do. I have it's through a company called Wave. Yeah. And they're pretty good. Pretty good. And also if mine goes out, then I have permission to use my neighbor's Wi-Fi. He's on a different, so I can just automatically hook over to his.
Yeah, I've got a neighbor like that. Yeah. If mine goes, I'll come onto it and vice versa. It's nice having good neighbors.
Yeah, he's done that for me, and I've done it for him. We've got the equipment between us. Yeah. So, brilliant. And he's the one actually that built my computers. So.
So he knows all about computers. Then.
Oh yeah. He built this one from scratch for me. I used to be a big gamer. Yeah. Used to go on and I played a game called Delta Force and Black Hawk Down and all of those. But I haven't done it in a while. But so I needed a good, fast computer.
Yeah. Oh. So what got you into gaming then?
Well, shoot, I've been gaming for 15 years. Yeah. It was a pastime. I could come home after work. I could get on Delta Force or whatever game I was playing, World of Warcraft, whatever it was. Yeah. Just get it on and get all of those mental and those bad feelings out and just kind of chill for about an hour. And then I was done. I was happy.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, because I've never been into gaming, but my son, he's a very big gamer. He's got the PS4. He's got the new Xbox X. Is it one? I don't know. And, he's got a 4K TV, Cave TV, and everything like that. And all he does, he goes to work, comes home, has his tea, says hello to his wife, and then he's upstairs in the bedroom, in his own bed, in the spare bedroom, and that's his game unit, and he's up there all the time playing online against other people.
Yeah. I'm not into the PS4 and all that kind of stuff. I don't have any of those. Yeah. I just use my computer.
Yeah. The only thing I'm into is video and this. Although I don't really do a lot of live streaming, I do one live stream a week. I try to do on interviewing somebody, but the problem is half the time people say yes, they'll like to be interviewed on my channel, but getting hold of them when they don't know anything about Hangouts or OBS is very, very difficult because Alina in Buenos Aires, she said yes to me. And I've tried to contact her on Hangouts for the last 3 months, and she's never replied. And I send her messages on YouTube, never replies. Palm Spring Cindy's, she's another one. She said yes. Trying to get them because they don't know how Hangouts works. They don't know that they have to accept you to do it. And you send them an email, and they don't even acknowledge your email. And I think, mind you, I'm bad because I've got I got one who sent me an email a few months ago, and I've never got back to him because I've been busy. So I will apologise for that. It's like Anna Rammel. I get so addicted to Candy Crush jelly on level.
Oh, Candy Crush is good.
Yeah, to me, I don't play games, so just one of my things.
Mama Bear wants to know, how many screens do you have, Uber? Because you look like you're looking left to right. Actually, what I've got, Mama Bear, is I've got my screen that I can see Grandpa on up here, and then the chat below it, so that I can. And I've got it. There's two separate screens, so that I can see what everybody's saying.
Oh, yeah,
that's why you see.
You can move the chat screen.
Yes.
I never thought about doing that because
I put it right below.
Yeah.
I minimize the video part, and then minimize the chat and layer them so that I can see. Yeah.
And Uber Goober's got what time are you on again today?
I'm on at noon today, which is in about a half hour. Yeah.
So I should have put a link into your channel in the description, shouldn't I?
Actually, Pixel's been doing it. So.
Thanks a lot, Chris, for doing that. Yeah, because I think Chris is going live tonight about 8:30. Am I right, Chris? Because I'll be on that. I'll come on the panel if you want me. Because Uber's got Air Channel at 12 o'clock. So is that every day of the week then at 12 o'clock?
I try to do it every day of the week. I think I'm going to start taking a couple days off, which would probably be Monday and Tuesdays.
Yeah.
The reason being is it just really wears me out. Yeah. Even though I look good, there's days I don't feel good. So I need to take a day away from it. And
YouTube is a full-time job, really. If you want your channels to grow, you've got to be regular, intermingle with your subscribers in many ways. It's like ADMR Andy 1985. I will get back to get you on here, Andy, because I know you want to be on one of my interviews. So I'll arrange that with you. Hopefully, how about next Wednesday, Andy, if you're free that night? I'd love to get Anna Rammel on as well, because I think she's a very interesting lady to talk to. I don't know whether she's asked you to showcase her channel.
Yes, she needs to get a hold of me at Uber Goober Lady on Twitter. Just DM me, or you can email me at ubergooberlady at gmail.com.
Yeah, because that's Anna says, okay, Anna, I will get in touch with you and arrange a time and a date to interview you on my channel. Although I don't get as many in as Uber Goober Lady, because she gets over 100 every live stream.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's not every, but I'm working on it. Yeah. I'm working on it.
So how do you work on that then, Uber, if you don't mind me asking? I know you've mentioned Twitter. Do you post things on Facebook as well?
I used to be on Facebook all the time, but because of a stalker, I kind of quit doing Facebook. Yeah. Moved over to YouTube, where I have a little bit more control. Yeah. But I Twitter all the time about my shows. Yeah. I have it hooked up to where, like you, I like your program, so it automatically tweets that I'm over here. Yeah. And then people can copy the link and come on over here. So that's what I do. And I advertise, do my pre-settings for my shows so people know when to come in. Yeah. Because that's really something I've got to start doing is start advertising. It's like, I'd love to get in one of Mel's live streams, but because he live streams it in the middle of the night, my time, so I miss a lot. If I wake up early, I put the TV on and put the YouTube channel on and I watch. But because I can't join the chat, then there's a lot that I watch during the night, because like you, I often wake up at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and if the wife has to sleep, I just turn the TV on, very low sound, and I can just hear them. Although I have got Wi-Fi headphones that I can put on to listen. Right. So, but because you haven't got the chat facilities, you can't let people know that you're there. Exactly. I do that too. I'll sit and they call it lurking, but you know, I'm tired sometimes, and I just don't feel like chatting at times, you know, when I go in, or I'll just sit and watch. If it's something interesting I want to pay close attention to, I won't, you know, say anything. So, yeah.
So could you tell us a bit about your Friday night paranormal?
Friday night, it's called Paranormal Live, and it's at 7 o'clock every Friday evening, Pacific Standard Time. And what we do is we talk about the paranormal, and we have different people on every Friday night. I have 2 people that are wanting to come on this Friday. So if one can't make it, I have another one. And actually, I'm going to showcase their page. But they talk about their ghost hunting. They talk about apparitions. They talk about EVPs that they've gotten. They show photographs. It's very, very interesting.
Yeah. See, that time for us is what, 8? That's 5. That's 3 in the morning.
Oh, that is early.
So that's why I watch them. You know, I watch recorded versions type of thing.
Yeah. And it started off just as like I was just going to do it a one-time thing.
Yeah.
But people loved it so much and kept saying, "When are you going to do it again? When are you going to do it again?" So I thought, well, heck, you know, Friday nights, that's the only night I'm on. So that late. So we'll just continue doing it every Friday night.
Yeah. So do you believe in UFOs then?
Yes.
UFOs.
I think it's foolish not to think that there's something else out there.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just looking what the time is. So you've got 20 minutes. So do you want to carry on for another 5 minutes? Or
let me answer some of these questions.
Yeah.
Who's the man artist that's standing up behind Uber? That one there, Mama? That guy there? That would be, that right there is Michael Johnson Murphy. He was a Nashville star back in the day. So that's who that is. And he signed up for me, and we did a front show for him. So.
And what other things have you got in the background then? Can you go through?
Let me show you a little bit. That there is one of my promo pictures with the band that I played with called Midnight Rose. That's a promo picture too. These 2 are awards. One is the Country Music Hall of Fame for Wyoming that I was inducted to. And that one there is Musician of the Year for Wyoming. And these over here are different Mo Bandy did a front show for him, and those are some Tommy Thomason and some other people that I've done front shows for and played music with. So yeah.
So what's your favorite music then that you used to love?
Actually, I used to love country western 50s, 60s. Now it's still 50s, 60s. The country music I don't think is like it used to be, so I'm not so much into that. But hey, you give me some good 50s and 60s, I'm in for it. I'm in for a party.
Yeah, Ant Williams and
yeah, but rock and roll too, you know, all of those, you know. So
did you ever play at the Grand Ole Opera then?
No, I wish I would have. I wish I could have, could have. One of the gals I played music with, she lives down there. Yeah. And that was one of her wishes, but she never made it either. And I think I'd just be too damn old now to do it.
No, you're never too old. You never, you know, if it's on the bucket list, you should try and do it.
True.
That's what I always say. You know, I mean, I'm going to Spain in 3 weeks' time for a month.
Oh, fun.
And my mate who's out there now, because he goes away beginning of December, comes back the end of March. And he says to me, do you fancy going paragliding? I've never done that. So I says, yes, I will do with you. So he's 79. So we're going to do that. And what else does he want to do? He wants to go, he's found a rope bridge with a rope walk right by the side of the cliffs.
Oh, wow.
So he says, do you fancy that? I says, Yeah, I'll do anything like that. I'd love to go scuba diving, and because my grandson, he's a professional poker player, and he's a millionaire. He came second in the big drop, 2014. Yeah, 4 years ago in Vegas, and he won 10 million.
Wow, freaking him.
Yeah, he won 10 million, and he's been all over the world, and he's been diving with the sharks in South Africa, and he's told me, because I keep on asking him, he hasn't got a YouTube channel, but I asked him at Christmas time, I says, can I have a one-to-one interview with you? And he says, yeah, but it's catching him because he's, I forget where he is now. He's, he travels the world to play poker.
Right.
So it's catching him to do. It's like his father. His father's a well-known British artist. He's the best painter of black Labradors in the world.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
I have got a video of his father painting. I did in his studio when we was over there once, but I'm going to interview him because I've never interviewed him. So I'm going to interview John because I can do those one-to-ones personally on the premises, on their premises.
Exactly.
Which makes it a lot better than on Hangouts. Although you can't go live, although I could now because I've got 20 gig of data on my phone, so I could go live doing that, which I might do. That is a good idea, Keith.
Well, hon, I'm going to have to call it a go here.
Yeah.
I've got to go get my guest ready, and she's real nervous. But we're going to be doing a show here in a few minutes about stalking and cyber stalking.
So that'll be
yes.
So I would like to thank everybody who's coming to the chat. I think we had about 29 viewers, which is pretty good for me on this because I usually get about 20. I appreciate you joining me on this evening's show, Uber. It's been great talking to you. And I'm going to ask you, in about a year's time, would you be prepared to do another interview with me?
Absolutely, anytime.
And if you ever want me on your panel, on any of your videos, you're quite welcome to give me a call. Not at 3 o'clock in the morning, but at midday your time. It's 8 o'clock here. That is just right. Just the right. There's only one thing. If it's the Champions League football, and I'll be watching the football at the same time. So,
well, we will get that worked out.
Yeah, I do appreciate you, and I want you to showcase my channel on your channel as well.
We're going to do that. We will showcase your channel. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So,
I want to thank everybody.
Yeah, and I do. Thanks a lot, everybody. So I'm going to stop the broadcast now. So thanks, everybody. See you on Pixie's channel or Uber's while I'm going to watch it.